you please welcome Mr. Colin Farrell.
Good, Jonathan, how are you?
Great to have you back. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
I think I prefer Colin Farrell with the shorter hair. What do you think, ladies, gentlemen? I mean, not that it's short.
I haven't got as much to play with. I'm going to start twinkling with my eyebrows when I get nervous.
Well, and you've got plenty there. You could just comb that back if you go bald. Where do you live now? You live in LA, don't you?
Yeah, I live in LA now. 3
You
years.
live in LA,
yeah.
But you come back here on a regular basis, and I know your new movie you filmed in Ireland. Do you still think of Ireland as home, or is LA, do you think of Los Angeles or America as your home now?
I kind of think of Los Angeles as home, and I call Dublin home because I'm...
Hold on.
I'll answer that question again. Dublin is home.
Security.
I'll answer it again. Dublin will always be home. That's the thing about being Irish, you know, you can leave the country and spend years away, but it'll always pull you back. Yeah. Even if in the form of a concealed dagger in the pocket of an audience member.
It's okay. You're safe, it's Bono, he's a pacifist.
Oh, yeah. No, look, Dublin will actually always be... How are you, man? It will actually always be home in many ways, but it's an amazing thing when you get the opportunity to create your life somewhere else yourself, and you are afforded the chance to build a life somewhere else, and that's what kind of Los Angeles has given me.
Well, I guess also most of your work would be over in America, anyway.
Not really, man. I've worked all over the place in the last 10 years. I've worked in Cape Town or North Africa and Thailand and here a couple of times in London. So the work I kind of got from Dublin. I never really had to be there and do the meetings. It's just my first son. James is 6 now, and his mother is from Los Angeles.
But you have a new boy as well. You have a new child.
I do, yeah, Henry.
How old is Henry?
Henry's 5 months old.
Wow, a real baby, a proper baby. Well, more or less the same age as Jason's.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. There's 3 between the two of us. Jason's sperm 1. Jason 2, Colin 1. But he's, yeah, about that size and lovely.
That's good. I assumed he would be around that size, because he's If you'd have said that size, that would be really impressive, though, wouldn't it?
He's a beautifully average child.
He's a giant. Before, we'll move on from this. I know we chatted a bit about this before, but you do seem to be very much on an even keel now.
Yeah, compared to the keel that I was on.
Yeah, you've got all that out of your system now. Do you miss it at all? I mean, when you're back in Ireland filming, for example, and I guess you visit some of your old haunts, is there a stirring? Do you feel like, I really want to tie one on and lose
No, not at all. I kind of tied the out of it, man, that I was just in the centre with the largest, like the Gordian knot. I was, so I kind of feel like I got out of my system, and it was a chapter, I really do. And you know, I was at the party for long enough, that old thing. When I go home, I couldn't be in the pub for more than 2 hours, I don't think, because I'd just get bored, and I would be boring to be next to, because there is a certain thing that happens when you imbibe that I just don't have. Red Bull gets old, you know, I could do about 16 Red Bulls and then I'll be bedridden for 2 days with the worst come down than any drug I've ever done, or, you know, so... Is
that because the other people around you are getting drunk and changing what they think is funny?
Yeah, the energy level goes up and all that, and sometimes you can get a bit, just by proxy, you can get kind of sweaty palms and stuff, but no, I'd say it was about 1.5 years I was off the sauce till when it went from a necessity to a choice, and that was a gift when it went from choice and it wasn't about white knuckling, and I'm really grateful that it's a choice.
That's a great feeling. Well, you look so well.
Thanks, man.
I mean, you really do. Doesn't he look really? You're giving off a kind of health here, which, frankly, Jason Manford, despite losing a lot of weight, can't begin to match.
He looks great, man.
Still looks like a potato in a suit. Now, I'm joking, Jason. But how do you relax now? What do you do if you want to cut loose? Because I know sometimes when people, often, not always, but often when people have something which is a habitual thing, they turn to, when they need to replace it with something.
I mean, you're very confused at the beginning when you stop drinking. Don't do it, man. Very confusing, because you're filling 8 hours of the day, or 6 hours of the day, or 2 hours, or whatever it is you spent your time jarring, you know. So when I got out of the madhouse, I bought a motorbike, a Harley Davidson. I was like, I know what I am. I have tattoos. I'm a biker. So I bought a Harley, and I did this at about 15 miles an hour through Los Angeles for a few weeks. And then I dumped it, and I thought, no, I'm not a biker, so what the hell am I? So I bought a few guitars, and I started playing guitar, and obviously I spend a lot more time with my son than even I would have, even though I thought I would have spent all my time with him. I wouldn't, because everything fairly much does take second place. Even the strength of that love can't compete with propensity towards destruction. So I spend loads of time with him when I'm not working. I'm at home all the time, and I steam. I sweat every day, do sauna in the back garden. You know?
I guess that's very good. Also, the time you spend with your son, I guess the quality of that time must be markedly better because of the fact that you're sober, you're not hungover, you're not thinking, I want to get out soon. You're not.
You really is, man. Because I mean, I really do. and I say this with absolute respect for people that may have the same thoughts that may be watching this or not, and I'm not saying it as an act of altruism, and you know, I understand where you're coming from, but there were times when I was with my son, who I love more than I can even comprehend myself sometimes, and certainly defies explanation how much I love him. And there were times when I was with him and I was wondering, how long do I have to be with him before the people around me will think that I've done a decent job, so I can get pissed. It's that
It's
strong.
kind of awful, but I can understand.
It's terrible, but I get it, and I mean, I
Yeah.
don't even judge myself harshly for it, but I was at a certain place and feeling
Well, wait
a
till
certain
they
way.
get older, because I haven't drunk for about 10 years now, but now my children are a bit older. Now there's times when I'm thinking, Christ, I need a drink now. So
Really?
Yeah,
Are your kids are thinking, how long do we have to stay with this old fart before we can go and get a drink?
You kidding? They love going out with me, especially when I'm dressed like I was at the Brits. They can't get enough of it.
What was that, man? You're
I
like the
don't
right,
know, it was a
right
huge-
version of a cheap run DMC.
I wish we could spend more time with Colin, ladies and gentlemen, but he has to go. Let's talk about On D, because you're back in on, and it's a very unusual movie. It's quite a kind of magical film.
Yeah.
It's a very strange film. How would you describe? How would you set it up?
I would say it's quite an unusual movie. It's quite a magical film. Really short on answers. It is. It opens up. Neil Jordan, the writer-director, had an idea. I think his idea was to spend summer in his summer home down in the southwest of Ireland, so he wrote a film that existed around that area. And the first image is myself on a trawler, and I pull up a fishing net, and there's a bank of fish, and on top of that is a woman that I believe is dead, looks dead, and she subsequently comes alive. And throughout the story, I have a daughter who hears about the woman that I caught and thinks that she may be a selkie, which is a sea creature from German folklore, something akin to a mermaid. And life begins to pick up. And begins to, a little bit of magic and a little bit of joy comes into these people's lives as a result of seemingly her presence, and we don't know if she is a mythical creature or if she's not.
You know, even though there's a kind of a magical thing going on, as I said...
There's a lot of pain in it, though, as well.
Well, I was going to say, what works in the film is the human relationships.
Yeah,
between
no,
you and the ex-wife or the ex-partner and the little girl who's wonderful.
Yeah, oh, Alison Barry, she's divine in it, yeah. She's 10 years old and she's never acted before, and I don't know if she ever has any inclination to act again. Or...
She's currently your partner, you two are together now, is that right?
Absolutely.
Did you meet before the movie or during the movie?
We met about 3 weeks before the film started, and yeah.
And so you fell in love while making the film?
We certainly fell in like, yeah.
You can't say that.
Yeah, no, we did. It was kind of such a gorgeous story, and yeah, the whole thing was mixed in as one, I suppose.
Well, she's a beautiful young woman.
Yeah,
and
she's gorgeous.
So she's the mother of your child?
Yeah, she's Henry's Elwyn, yeah.
How lovely. That's
yeah,
really nice.
she's lovely, and he's lovely. And
what do you do for Valentine's Day? Did you do something special?
we actually just stayed at home with him.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah,
That's very
lovely.
sweet.
I shouldn't have said just. Why was I trying to apologise for that?
Did you give each other chocolates or...?
Yeah. Yeah,
You
but
did,
they've
did
been
you?
in the fridge for like 4 days. That's why I went, yeah, we did, but not like you think. There wasn't like chocolate-covered cherries in a heart-shaped box or anything.
OK. You know, you mentioned earlier on your eyebrows.
I did, didn't I? That was
because
they are, for me to do.
No, because they are quite something, aren't they? I mean, they're really...
They definitely are something.
They're impressive.
Their eyebrows. You've got good eyebrows,
I've got not bad eyebrows, but compared to yours, mine are like, you know...
You haven't got the uni. Mine are kind of nearly meet.
Does it meet in the middle?
A suggestion of uni.
Some people can wear it better than others. Look at that. You see... Jason, Oh, you look like a sad puppy.
This is
Check
going to
out.
be the one.
That's it. That's right. It's so lovely spending some time with you, Colin.
That's really always lovely talking to you, man. I mean that, yeah.
But you've got such a great, what's the word? Vocabulary, and you but you use it so well, you express it so well, and I don't want to stoop to cliche here, but it seems that maybe it's an Irish thing, that kind of love of language and that use of language. Would that be fair to say, do you think?
I wouldn't know if I'm part of that lineage, but yeah,
Does your dad use language colourfully? Do your family use it colourfully in the same way, or precisely, or, you know, romantically in the way that you
Dad's
do?
a chancer, so he's got a good tongue in his head, yeah.
What did he do for a living, your dad?
He was a footballer. He was a professional footballer until he was 26 or 7, and then he owned a fish and chip shop, which he opened up near golf.
That's enough.
And he called it.
All right,
yeah.
we got.
No, but I have to tell you. No, but I have to tell you what he called. There was a point. What he called the fish and chip
I just
shop
didn't want
was.
every
This
job.
is sensible. I just want to tell you about
a month, a month on the dole, and then get to the good bit.
He
What's
called
the good
the
bit?
fish and chip shop because it was beside a golf course. The little chip in.
It was
worth it, wasn't it?
It was more than worth
It
the
was
wait.
worth the wait.
Colin, how great to have you back. Mr.
to
Colin
see you.
Farrell, ladies and
Thanks.
gentlemen.